Welcome to White Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This week, the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, was released on home video. The film takes place 64 years before the events of the Jennifer Lawrence films, and revolves around the events that led a young Coriolanus Snow to becoming the tyrannical leader of Panem, including his relationship with District 12 tribute Lucy Gray Baird during the 10th Hunger Games. The film stars Tom Blythe as Snow, a role originally played by Donald Sutherland in the Jennifer Lawrence films, alongside Rachel Zegler, Peter Dinklage and Viola Davis. Now, this is my first time watching the film, and honestly I had some mixed feelings about it. The lead cast gave great performances, and I really liked the design of the arena, but at the core of the film, it just didn't feel like a story that needed to be told, and it kind of messes with the perception of Snow that you get from when Donald Sutherland portrayed him. I gave the film 3.5 stars out of 5. This week, the Canadian sci-fi film Code 8 Part 2 was released on Netflix. The film is a sequel to the 2019 indie film Code 8 and stars cousins Stephen and Robbie Amell, most famous for their roles on Arrow and The Flash, and is set in a world where 4% of people have superpowers in this particular fictional city, Lincoln City, where the film is set, and they're heavily policed. The film revolves around a teenage girl becoming a target after seeing her brother murdered by corrupt cops, and she enlists the help of an ex-con and his former partner in crime. Now, I'm a fan of the original film, so I spent like a long 5 years waiting for the film, and it exceeded my expectations. The script was great, the directing was great, the special effects were great, and the Amell's performances were probably the best they've ever given. I gave the film 5 stars out of 5. I really can't recommend the Code 8 films enough. Like, I recently re-reviewed the first one, and I gave it 4.5 stars, so they're 2 great films. And they're both streaming now on Netflix. This weekend, Dune Part 2 is released in cinemas. The film stars Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya, alongside an ensemble cast of both returning actors and new cast members. The film is a sequel to 2021's Dune Part 1 and revolves around Paul Atreides uniting with the Fremen of the desert planet Arrakis to wage war against House Harkonnen. The film was supposed to have been released in October, like last October 2023, but was delayed due to the Hollywood strikes. The film has received overwhelmingly positive reviews from critics, praising the film's narrative and spectacle. Currently, the film sits at about 95% positive. It's changed a bit since I wrote this, which is basically over 10% more positive reviews than the first film. The film is in cinemas this weekend. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to tune back in next week where I will review the home video release of Wonka. Now back to Gary in the studio.